Hi, and welcome to Camp Kesem Ball State's 2022 TLP training video. Let's share our screen. I'll just share my screen. Fine by me. Hi, background. Okie doke. Here we go. Get out of there. Okay. Team Leadership Program, or TLP. Our goals. We want to understand TLP, Team Leadership Program, what it is, staff roles, what our job is, and what is an LIT, leader in training. We're going to debrief, yada, yada, yada. The Team Leadership Program and Leaders in Training have a slightly different schedule, and we have a more specific job with TLP. And with the tiers, there's 2 tiers, and they're pretty much 13 and 14. Sorry, excuse me. 17 and 18, and then like 14 and 16. Yeah, so what they do and what we do in relation to them is pretty much what we got going on. The Teen Leadership Program is an opportunity that we give our older our older campers who maybe want to be a part of Kesem in the future and become counselors, the opportunity to kind of step up and be a leader and grow and have a more mature role. The first tier is that 14 through 16, and that second tier is the 17 through 18. We refer to the people in the program as leaders in training, or LITs, and there's a difference in the programming because there should be. You want to give the first tier should still be mostly fun. You're still hanging out, being a part of the camp. It should be age appropriate. You know, they're not young, and they should start having a few more extra responsibilities, and spend time with each other as well. Their fellow TLPs in their tier. And we need to provide them like leadership development activities. Like normally there is a separate meeting for the TLPs after the day is done, and we talk to either of the tiers. One key difference is they should not shadow counselors in tier 1, whereas for tier 2, the 17 to 18-year-olds, you're going to spend a little bit of the time shadowing counselors and younger units, but that's still not going to be your whole day. The tier 2, this is like where things start to get more serious. They are still campers and still need to have fun, but they're also getting trained for the future, and the leadership aspect that we can give people is, I think, a very positive thing people can have in their lives. They still need to have fun. They still need to have some leadership development stuff, but we give tier 2 kind of like training. Like we give them training at camp, which I'm not sure how much we'll be doing with our 2-day camp, honestly, but we will see. What are our roles? Our roles is to kind of not ask too much of them. They're still campers, but they are stepping up, and we need to treat them with respect. You know, if we want to make sure the power doesn't like go to anybody's head or anything like that, but we also want to make sure that like younger campers are respecting them. and that they do have some sway. They're learning how to be leaders, and we should lead by example. And I think that's the best thing that we can do. They're still campers. They're still, you know, not counselors. So you need to find just a new gray, an area kind of in between where you have the clear line draw. They're campers that are stepping up a little bit, you know. You need to treat them with respect. They're older, but you should treat everyone with respect anyways at camp. Especially the 17 to 18-year-olds, where they're nearly counselors in their own right and getting ready to go to school. I know Peaches was one of ours, and so is Zobo. You know, you need to be welcoming and pretty much just, yeah, respect them. They have a little bit more responsibility, and you will be in contact with them. For the people specifically working with the TLP, you need to know that you're trying to really teach them to kind of do what we're doing. Yeah, do campers really enjoy being a part of TLP? The general consensus is that their older years at camp are what brings their lifelong friends and love for Kesem. Although we can't know that this is every camper's opinion, we certainly hope it is. Why are there age restrictions for TLP counselors? We want to make sure that our most seasoned and prepared staff are working with our older campers and are prepared for anything that may occur. As a staff, we feel it is much better to have a bigger age gap between the older campers and their counselors. Yeah, you don't want to have like a freshman in college working with like a 17 to 18-year-old because you're like a 19-year-old, you know? And we want to have a mature, weathered, seasoned staffer working with them. The schedule differences for each day, to recap. Important to understand, but you should also be able to reference these at camp. The TLP has a different schedule than everyone. At the end of the day, they have like their own special time to come to train, to kind of refresh. They like meet with their TLP coordinator and kind of do their own cabin chat and debrief and stuff like that. TLP programming is meant to encourage and empower the campers to become better leaders. It's important to lead by example for the campers. Super true. You know, you want to be respectful because you want them to be respectful in the future. You want them to be able to step up to the plate and not, you know, you want to have them learn from your mistakes and your successes, but, you know, we want to minimize the mistakes as much as we can. And you need to know when you're making mistakes and make sure that they don't make the same things. If you, you know, have advice to give, don't give too much, but definitely like these are people coming up. And if you've been around the block, you should let them know what to look out for. Need to know the differences between tiers of TLP and age group differences. Yeah, that's just a tier 1 and tier 2, the 17 to 18-year-olds that are in tier 2 and the 14 to 16-year-olds that are in tier 1. LITs are still campers and therefore still have the same rules. It's still very routine. They're still going to camp. They're still, you know, they got bedtime at this time. They need to do activities with us. It's pretty much just like an added supplementary experience to people that choose to be a part of it, where they are given the opportunity to step up and be leaders and their teens. And it's a program, and that's where TLP comes from. Did you know? Yeah. That's pretty much it. Respect them, they'll respect you. Give them the opportunity to lead, but, you know, don't make it their responsibility. You're still a counselor. And yeah, the end, I guess. Thanks for coming, guys. Bye. I don't know how to end this. Yeah.